Get a little acceleration here. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L in the limited package with the black appearance package as well. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with this Grand Cherokee L. Check out the inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood we have a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 290 horsepower and then 257 pound-feet of torque. If you guys are wondering in terms of where those power outputs are produced, peak horsepower 6,400 RPMs and then peak torque 4,000 RPMs. Now let's go over the front end of the Grand Cherokee L. So again, this one has the black appearance package, so notice that the Jeep logo right there is blacked out. And then I love the hood of the Grand Cherokee L. I think it looks so fantastic, just how it's like just broad and flat. Anyways, you can see down below we've got the orange accent light with the reflector LEDs, and then you've got the fog light down below, parking sensors here on the front end. Notice that the whole front grille is darkened, and then all of the accent trim down below. And in this color combination, I think it just looks absolutely fantastic. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 65mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. Notice that the wheels have also been blacked out as part of this package. And yeah, I love that 5-spoke design, definitely looks cool. Here's a quick look at the front suspension. And then notice here with the fender flares, those are also dark, and then all of the cladding there on the bottom. And then notice with the Cherokee logo here, again, you've got that darkened. And then notice with the mirrors, those are also blacked out. All the trim around the windows, the rails there at the top, and if you look at it from a side view, again, just looks fantastic. Now here is the key fob. We've got our unlock, lock, remote start, and then the opening here for the hatch. And well, let's pop right in. So first off, yes, I just washed it, so that's why there's water dripping everywhere. You can see the floor mats here for the back, and then you can see the storage space just underneath. We've got a 12-volt right here off to the side, and notice here with the third row folded down, you've got quite a bit of space, and then with the third row folded up, it's, you know, still practical. And then you just press this to lower everything down, so just press that and wait for it. Wait a little bit longer. Now it's down. So finishing things up here with the rear, you'll notice here we've got the signature taillights for the Grand Cherokee L. We've got our blacked out limited badge, got the L badge with the 4x4 badge there on the other side, Jeep logo here in the center. And other than that, there's not much else to go over with the rear. So here's kind of a little bit of a walk around on that portion. And let's pop inside. Now here is the rear door panel, so you can see with the sunshade, and then notice the wood trim down below and then the silver trim down below that, and then all of the padding here for the armrest area. And then here's the window control itself. And then here are these seats. So you've got this cream color that was there on the side of the door panel, but also the seats perforated here in the center portion. And quickly pop in, you can see legroom and headroom as well. Now it's got the storage net here, and then we've got the climate control section down here. Sorry, new camera. So still trying to figure out how to work this thing. There you go. You can see there with the climate controls, and then again, heated seats down below that, and then we've got the vents, and then down below that we've got the USBs and the power outlet as well. As for the third row, you can fit adults back there. Notice there's some USBs and everything, but for long road trips, I would reserve it for kids. That's just this segment of SUV. If you want more space and you want to be able to fit adults on road trips, Wagoneer. That's all I gotta say. Let's pop to the front. Now here's the door panel at the front of the Grand Cherokee L, again with the wood trim, then the silver trim down below that, and you can see the door handle. A couple settings for the memory seats, and then here are the mirrors that do have blind spot monitoring, and then our padding down below. All of our window controls, and notice the front two are automatic mirror adjustments, and then our speaker for the Alpine sound system. And I love how the door panel matches like in coloration. And then here are the front seats. So you can see here again with the padding perforated here in the center portion. Got the adjustments there on the side. Pedal layout down below, and then we got the hood latch release, we got the parking brake, light control just up above. Steering wheel is power adjustable, and then you can see here with the wood trim, then the silver trim all around, and then the padding there on the dash. And let's pop in. So So here is our steering wheel with the Grand Cherokee L. So notice here, we got the Jeep logo in the center. This does have adaptive cruise control. Paddle shifters here on the back for that 8-speed automatic controls for the center stack. And then notice the wood trim down below, and then again, more of that silver trim. We have our windshield wiper stock. We have our turn signal stock. And I love the feeling of the steering wheel, but there you go. Now here's the center gauge cluster. It is a full digital gauge cluster. There's a few different menus that we can scroll through to see different bits of info here on the Jeep, and I do love the little setup there with the RPMs at the bottom. We do have some different drive modes. We've got auto that we're in right now, and we got snow, and then sand, mud. And then on the other side, we have our sport mode. Notice it shows it with the checkered flag, pretty neat. But yeah, that's the center stack, and that's the drive modes. Notice here we've got our auto stop start to turn that off, lane departure, stability control. Everything up here is like turning stuff off. Hazard lights, parking sensors, and screens. So this is the turn off area is what we'll call it. And again, you can see the padding here and stitching on the dash. And then popping down below, we've got the infotainment system. So first off, we pop it into reverse. We've got the backup camera with trajectory lines. They do turn with the steering wheel. Notice that we do have a bunch of different viewpoints here with the camera system, so really solid. And notice response time with the screens, also fantastic. I love how we have the tire marks there. So if you ever want to take this off-road, it'll definitely be easy. As for the rest of the screen, you've got shortcut buttons here at the bottom, which are hard to see. Again, still trying to figure out how to work this new camera here. But notice response time with those buttons is fantastic. We do have navigation on top of that. For the climate system, you can see we've got dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats, which is definitely a nice feature to have. And well, that's the infotainment system. So down below, we've got analog controls for the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and then our analog controls for the climate system, all in this area, and then radio controls on top of that. This is our charging area. Notice we got a bunch of USBs, HDMI, 12-volt, wireless phone charger. And if you're done with it, you're like, you know what, close it up. Drive mode select with this little dial right here, and our transmission selector as well. And it feels really high quality, like just kind of, I don't want to like flick it, but like, hopefully you guys can hear that. Just feels fantastic. And then you can see here with the cup holders, and then we got the center console set up right there. And then notice here with the trim and then the padding, and we've got the passenger screen, which we can turn on. Hopefully that'll pop up there on the camera. Sorry, it's kind of hard because of the lighting today, but yes, this one does have the passenger screen. I've done this in other reviews, so definitely a nice feature to have. Basically, it shows you similar stuff to the infotainment system. Anyways, here's the glove box, and then finishing things here at the top, we've got cream-colored headliner. This one has the camera mirror as well. Cool, and that's all. Here is our window sticker for this Grand Cherokee L. You guys can see here with the base price. And then here is the standard equipment that comes with the Grand Cherokee L. Now this particular one in the limited package has the Luxury Tech 2 package, so that's what gives you the upgraded seats and a lot of the nice interior bits that you see on this particular one. Black appearance package, and then also the 10-point-inch screen. Total MSRP on this, $56,995, which would make this the most expensive Grand Cherokee L Limited that I've ever reviewed, and I really like it. Let's drive it. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. There's visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So setting off here in the Grand Cherokee L Limited. Now, I've already reviewed quite a few Grand Cherokee L's, so this is just gonna be a pretty short drive just to kind of get through things, basically. But first thing that you guys will notice here is that the steering is super light, and so it definitely gives you like a luxury experience. Seat comfort is absolutely amazing. That's another thing that I love about the Grand Cherokee L is you just feel like you're in these really nice upscale luxury seats, and it's perfect. It's such a good experience. And again, I really like just the grip and feeling of the steering wheel. So I think that Jeep's just done a really good job. And something to mention is on the paddles, I know the steering wheel's upside down right now. The paddles have the metallic trim on the back of them rather than on the front. So a lot of manufacturers, what they'll do is they'll put metallic trim on the front so the paddles look nice in terms of what you're looking at, and then the back will just be plastic. So when you touch them and use them, it doesn't feel nice. Jeep doesn't do that. They do it in the opposite format, so that it's easy to see the paddles, right? They're pretty distinctive, but then what you're actually touching feels very high quality, which I think is just awesome. And getting up and moving here now, super smooth. So you notice the 8-speed automatic, just very quick, very seamless. Pop it into the sport mode now. Yeah, instantly downshifts. And again, from a ride quality perspective, the Grand Cherokee L is very smooth. I love these seats here. So yeah, definitely the luxury package here with the Limited is definitely, I mean, just from the seats that you get, it's worth it just from that perspective. But we'll get a little acceleration here. So you can see it's solid from an acceleration perspective. It gets up and it moves. Now, just to sum things up, so first off, exterior wise with the black appearance package, I think this thing looks phenomenal on the exterior. And I know some people might be a little bit iffy on the interior on this one because it's got like this cream colored interior. I like it. It's a lot of contrast, and it works. It actually works in terms of the the red on the exterior and then this with the interior. I think it works really well. But yeah, Grand Cherokee L is such a good, like, entry-level luxury SUV is the best way to look at this. But you're basically getting a luxury SUV experience, but you're not paying luxury SUV prices. So if that's what you want, check out Grand Cherokee L. That's gonna sum things up for our review on this 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited with the black appearance package. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with the Grand Cherokee L. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see ya.